Once again, Jai Hind everyone. Lot of new faces or new names I am seeing. I hope everyone is equally serious about preparation. Ganesh is there, Harshvardhan, Karan, okay, Renuka, Saurabh, Shivam. Okay, will not waste time. Aim today is to start something oriented for those who may be appearing are really getting that spirit developed. Next 3 months they have got chance to transform their life. There are many students now on the verge of appearing in SSB. Some may be first time, some may be second, third, or whatever time. From their perspective, we will be having few sessions. I am reiterating, these will be quick sessions. We will have weekly 3 4, whatever possible, so that we cover almost all aspects of SSB. Many points will be known to you, but getting into that rhythm is our aim. Getting into the rhythm. If you don't get into rhythm, there will be something missing and you will not get that natural tone to your performance. That is very important. Before I start today, like I thought of starting with interview. Some tips, some thoughts, suggestions, and little bit nitty gritties we'll be discussing about interview aspect. So before we start, anyone who has got something to say or ask? Audio is okay?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who is in a half-hearted mood? Anyone who feels that I am not confident or I'm not sure whether, um despite having call in hand or likely call in hand, I'm not sure whether I'll pass or I have failed 2 3 times and I'm not getting that confidence or the inner gut feeling that I can crack this. Anyone? No. Good. Uh, I'm sure Subodh, Renuka, then Ganesh, whom I know, are today acknowledged in the group that they are heading for exam. Uh, Dheeraj, I don't know whether having exam or not. Then Pratik is yes, Pratik is there. Okay. See,
Jai sir. Abhay also there, sir.
okay, Abhay is there, but your ID or the name, which is
So actually, this is Sanjeevani's ID,
yes, yes.
and we are joining from same link actually.
Okay, even Sanjeevani has got called, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. See, my first and foremost request is just forget about whatever happened in your life so far. Just forget. Let's come to ground zero. Let's get into that fresh rhythm, fresh rhythm that maybe another 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month in the immediate future, you have got that SSB scheduled, and there is one ray of hope that your life can be transformed. There is one ray of hope that the uniform is just close to you. You're heading towards it. It is in your sight. If you are fresher or not fresher, repeater, doesn't matter. Take it as a sports event which is scheduled and you are doing some net practice or preparing yourself. Why I'm saying this? Because this is something like a sports. This time you go and perform. your past performances really doesn't matter much. You might have been last time merit out, but on screening day, if you don't perform, they are not bothered. They will make you screen out. If you are last time conference out, there is no guarantee card that you will not be given. There will not be any undue favor for you. So take it otherwise also. If you are a repeater or a fresher with whatever preparation, there is nothing to worry. You just go there with your total preparation in mind that I am prepared, I am giving my best, and go and perform. So that is my first humble request, that just wipe out anything, any worries, any anxiety in your mind, and be fresh. You never know, between you and your scheduled date. Just focus on your preparation, and you never know, you will be landing into academy very soon. You will be landing into the armed forces, your dream destination. Who knows? So why not to start assuming, yes, I have got every chance of passing. From that mindset, you will definitely get benefited. You will get benefited. And those who have got, some of the students I can see who have got exams little late, maybe 1 year, 2 year, preparing for NDA or CDS or APCAT, you can have similar mindset for a longer duration. You are heading for a bright career, a great life, something which is you have been dreaming for. Let's start journey towards it. Let's start it with a fresh mind. No worries, no anxiety, no inhibition, no negative thoughts in your mind about your capability. You are capable. The first requirement you have done is you have started dreaming about uniform. You have that josh. That factor is very important. That energy is very important. And if you display similar energy there, which is there in your dreams and thoughts, your natural selection is unstoppable. You will be selected. Your body language will be from that rhythm. Please get into that kind of mode of thinking. Yes, I am genuinely prepared. I am preparing. I am genuinely prepared. So there is every chance of mine getting selected. Okay, with this backdrop, I assume that whatever sessions we will have here on, especially for those students who are heading for SSB in near future, for them we will be doing some quick sessions. So with the help of presentation, I will start. Just a moment. You are able to see screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, I deliberately chose this aspect to start with because let's come to a understanding that you are heading for SSB interview, which is something different. Something different in the sense we call it interview, but there is a process. There is a process where you you experience some kind of different reality. You don't come to know what is happening, yet you are under constant check, scrutiny, and if you pay little attention to it, you can really enjoy that journey of getting scrutinized at every step. If you are understanding the intricacies of this, you can also feel from within. Like in a movie theater, if you are involved with a movie, you are totally lost, but you are enjoying. In this case, once you enter into the SSB center, there are different tests from three angles. What are those three angles? From the OLQ testing point of view, if slide is not changing, please let me know on your screen. You have understanding about these OLQs. If someone is not yet clear, especially those who are heading very uh, in near future for the SSB, if you are not clear on these things, please spend at least 2 to 3 hours understanding these qualities. I hope you can see qualities on your screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Many a times I repeat about these OLQs. If you are not understanding these OLQs, probably you are missing on something because you don't know your behavioral pattern, how it is exactly getting reflected there. I will just give example because we generally conduct separate session on this. So any quality you take out of it, suppose it is about self confidence, social effectiveness category. A leader has to have confidence. This is a basic understanding. But then how it is getting tested there? In every test, if your facial expression, your talking, your behavior, your walk, your conduct, if it is half hearted, if there is some kind of worry on your face or some kind of question mark in your behavior that you are not sure, you are always confused, then how can we expect that this OLQ is being seen positively in you? Any test, whether it is interview, during interview, if interviewing officer is noticing that whatever answer you are giving, you are always confused. You are starting with, sir, I think it is like this. And many a times you are repeating for every answer, sir, I think like this. That means you are not sure. This is not the correct way. If you are talking in group discussion, if your body language is little uh, lacking on that confidence, your voice will be reflecting the same, your eyes will be reflecting the same, your entire body posture will not be confident, and your voice will not be up to the optimum level of pitch. It automatically happens when you stand for your lecturate. Your self confidence will be visible. I'm not denying the fact that some kind of nervousness will be there, but there is a difference between acceptable level of nervousness and coming to the quality check. If you are understanding कि here is an exam where military leaders are being chosen, and if I am not able to show my confidence, why should I be selected then? So when you are preparing whatever 1 month, 2 month, 1 year, 2 year, you should be constantly worrying about your development. When you are practicing lecturate, when you are doing mock interview, when you are thinking about any test, even imagination, you should have that imagination power that what will be the confidence level of your conduct. Suppose I am imagining, okay, I am in a progressive group task, I am watching a YouTube video, and I am imagining, okay, I will be behaving like this. I should have a gut feeling, yes, my confidence will be okay. I can handle this. I will lift that bully. I will try and search for exact place of fitment. I will use rope. I will try something. All those activities which you will be seeing, even if you are not doing and you are watching just a YouTube video, you should be able to put yourself into those shoes and try and get that feeling. Yes, I can do this, and exactly that body language I will be able to reproduce there, which I am seeing now or imagining or thinking. This is how you should be building up your mental tuning. I'm just talking about one quality. For every quality, you should be thinking. Intelligence level in your SRTs, TATs, in your interview, some of the questions will be testing it. So, for every quality, you should have a dry run. You should have some kind of rehearsal in your mind. Okay, this quality, how I will be displaying there. This chintan, this introspection, this kind of mental, some kind of exercise, talking to yourself. Okay, these are qualities. How exactly I'm going to show there? This introspection at your level will make a difference. And if you are still not understanding what I am talking, you can connect one to one with me. Okay? But if there is any peculiar doubt, you can ask now. Anyone? Shall I go ahead? I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I will go ahead. I just explained uh, a scenario in your mind which you should be actually, when you are heading for such process, you should be doing that exercise in your mind. Please do it. Okay. You all know that in this process you are being checked from three angles: your mansha, your vacha, and your karma. That means your intent, your speaking ability, vacha, and your conduct. In a broad sense, your conduct is GTO, your vacha is how do you speak broadly in interview, and your intent, no speaking, only writing or something, psychology. Three different fields, but they all are checking your 15 qualities. Tests are designed like that. So when you are practicing before your SSB, don't practice too much firstly. This is a broad guideline. Don't practice too much, because if you practice too much, anxiety of different nature sets in, because your confidence level, instead of rising, comes down. So in a simple words, when you are done, suppose 3 4 sets of TAT, and you are comfortable, okay, now I got the hang of it, how to actually see or perceive things, how to put across on paper, what are the guidelines, what they are checking. If you are clear on this, we will go in different sessions over this also. So hi. Okay. Okay. Now I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
I am audible. Yeah, okay. Just a moment. Now again I will share the presentation. So I was talking about three different scenarios. Psychologists related broadly Mansha, what is your intent? Then group testing officer, how do you conduct karma? And interviewing officer, straightway a one-to-one communication, vacha. In a broad sense, even in GTO it is getting mixed. But in a broad sense, you must be getting tuned mentally that there are three environments. during my SSB stay. There are three environments, but the aim is common, evaluating your personality on those 15 qualities. And those 15 qualities, having gone through it mentally, doing some dry runs, visualizing, okay, these are qualities, now I know it, and how exactly I will be reflecting those in my actions and words and whatever conduct you will be doing there. This is some kind of imagination for every test. And thereafter, you are there. So, what will happen? There will be connect between what exactly you're doing and the reflection, what is going towards the environment. If this is happening, okay, I'm conducting in PGT, I'm showing those social qualities, I'm operating in a group, I have that positive spirit of helping, as well as I'm confident, I can lead. If required, I will take the suggestions, and my movement, my conduct is smooth. I'm not really wondering what is happening or something like that. You are playing some sports, imagine how you enjoy that sports when you are actually inside that game with heart, complete heart, and you are just flowing with the rhythm of the game. And that is possible when you are actually putting your mind and heart together there. So when you are preparing towards this kind of process, you should be applying your mind, okay, my qualities in different scenario, how it is going to come. Now coming to interview specific today, because in other sessions we will cover those respective minor things. In interview specific thing, how it starts actually. You will be writing your personal information questionnaire. I am just flashing now PIQ form. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, visible.
Yes, sir. Okay. So this you must invest time. PIQ writing itself is a very very important exercise. This is nothing a science or something which you don't know. This is about you only. But when you write, now you should be mentally prepared. Okay, by seeing this form, interviewing officer will be prepared to ask questions. Interviewing officer is starting from this form. Thereafter, it will be subject to your performance. How much depth is required to go into your personality checkup and how you handle it will be totally start point is PIQ, but thereafter whatever is written here and how you open up, how that interviewing officer feels about you, and then that journey starts. So when you are not sure about what you are written, you just wrote because someone told you कि ये लिख देना वो लिख देना या you got impressed कि मैं ये गेम लिख देंगे, हॉबीज लिख देंगे, अचीवमेंट लिख देंगे. No, there are few basic things about your town, residence, population, your address. This is for that entering officer to know which place you are coming from. Then comes about your family members plus their income status, their education, their occupation. For what? It has got direct bearing on your personality, and that correlation that interviewing officer will be seeing. If someone is from rural background, urban background, metro background, and that is how that person will be seen, a start point. There is no distinguishing factor that anybody from metro is great or anybody from rural is not great or other way around also. No sympathy for any rural background. After all, your personality, some kind of impact will be there depending upon your background. That is the only impact. Okay, how many family members are there? If you are in a nuclear family, questions will be like that. to check your maturity. Someone is from a combined family, but during the interview, if the interviewing officer realizes there is no point, this person is not connected to his family or her family. It is quite visible to the interviewing officer through question answers. So that individual, despite being in a combined family, should have got some advantages, but losing ground. You have to understand your background, your parents. You should be knowing about your father, mother, sister, brother, if you are staying with grandparents, including that. You never know how depth that interview will go on. Similarly, on the next page, your educational background, your percentage, what subjects you studied, which school you studied, which college you studied, and your achievements and academic record. You are giving it. Your NCC background, that will be reflected. Your age, your weight. For example, weight. You're going for a very, very great, noble aspiration, career, dream job, defense. And you go there as overweight, visibly overweight. Not justified. Your determination and commitment is at question. You may say, sir, I am very, very die-hard aspirant of defense forces. You are not proving. Had it been that way, you would have reduced your weight, but that is not visible. So there is no denial. You are a very, very passionate about job, about defense job, about serving the country from the frontiers. But then there is a mismatch. You are not understanding the responsibility then you are choosing. You are not reducing your weight. So this disconnect is not allowed. This is in a layman's term I am putting across. And already one of the very bright student in our group, I will not name, lost on weight. I'm telling you, back to back, two-time conference out, and in one of the interview, in one of the board, interviewing officer straightway told, dear, I'm sure you have everything, but even if I recommend you, you will be medically boarded out. You will be medically out, rejected. Why should they waste time of government agencies? To that extent, the hint was given because the candidate was very bright, very, very bright, but missed on weight. I'm giving you a hint. Small, small things do matter. Okay? At times, the interviewing officer is sharing indirectly or whatever. In this case, it was shared. Maybe that personality of that interviewing officer was quite straight upfront. He conveyed and he missed it. Everything was good. So that is the importance of everything you write and visible there. Okay. Then about your sports and hobbies. Don't write for the sake of it. There is a misconception. I will write three sports, four sports, and you don't know ABCD about it. You will lose. There is no set formula that a person writes two sports, three sports, and there is some link between recommendation and the writing there. There are many students who write one sports, get recommended because they are genuinely good at that one sport and they are not bothered about other sports. There are many students who write three sports, four sports. Result can be either way. But then if someone is writing three sports, that genuinity is required. Yes, this person is really good in all these three sports, hobby, he is passionate about it. So try and understand when you write, your honesty starts from there. Honesty. Because it will be otherwise mismatched during the interview. There will be some questions. If you are written there, then be prepared for at least some questions you are able to handle. You must be understanding when you are written there, you only offered him that paper, you only wrote, and you are not prepared for answering. So, who to be blamed? because nowhere it is written that out of so many sports, which sport you have to write. You write your own sport. There may be any remotest example कि कोई स्पोर्ट्स ही नहीं खेला जिंदगी में, बट एटलीस्ट किसी स्पोर्ट्स को देखा तो होगा. तो एटलीस्ट राइट दैट, एंड वॉट एवर knowledge you can gather before going to SSB. क्योंकि it is a natural kind of thing. If someone is inclined for defense services, that person generally at least plays one game, because that personality is like that, na? Because sports and defense are two inseparable things, personality point of view and the nature point of view, very very relevant and hand in hand. And that is why there is so much sports promotion in uh, defense services, because fighting spirit, some kind of sporting spirit, a lot of qualities are there in sports. Leadership, sports really help in developing leadership. Team spirit, sports help. Competitive spirit, winning spirit, and never say die attitude. These are the some of the traits you learn on field in sports in your childhood. That is how you may not be Olympic medalist, not required. You may not be a district player. You may not even be a school player. You just played, but played from heart, and you learned some qualities. That is the essence of it. Otherwise, they would have clarified, okay, only state level medal winners to write sports. That is not the criteria. It is about your qualities. Through those sports, now they are figuring out about your qualities. Just a moment. So, for the sake of it, you will not be writing. Okay, you will not be writing. Okay, I play these many games. If someone writes 10 games, no surety, no surety that you will be selected. Just by merely writing games, you will not be selected. During that course of interaction between you and interviewing officer, things will be sorted out. Okay, so, repeaters, you should not be bothered about how many you have written here. Doesn't matter. There are people who are getting selected in 8th and 10th and 12th and 16th attempt. Don't carry any hard feelings. Oh, I'm sixth time going. Interviewing officer, what impression he will carry? Don't worry. You are there. That is fair enough. In fact, if I am the interviewing officer, I will see the brighter side. A person is fighting back. A person is not giving up. A person is coming again. 5 times someone has been pushed back, again coming back. I will give extra mark, provided other factors are now matching. There is some improvement. If someone is coming 10th time, I will have definitely extra mark reserved for that person, provided other areas are now seen positively. Try and understand. So don't get bogged down your first timer or second or third or 10th timer. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This is the beauty of this exam. Every time you go, you are fresh. You are fresh. Just assume you are fresh. They have no negative criteria for you. Only difference is you are put together with repeaters. And that crowd is a problem for you, because all are repeaters, all have gone through it, so they know little bit process, and their behavior is little tough for you to handle. So you manage it. That is the only role, extra role you have. Nothing beyond that. Okay. So PIQ, my suggestion is you write, you read it again, you discuss it out, try and think probable questions out of it. Not very difficult. Not very difficult. We will see what kind of questions, patterns are there, and all those things. Shall I move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. Interview tips. Small, small things do matter. If you are getting time to change your dress. and go in a formal dress. A boy or a girl, you know what is the formal dress. Go in a neat and clean dress. And if you are straightway called without any reaction time, you can go in your PT dress straightway from GTO field or whatever. Doesn't matter. That is not a criteria for that particular candidate, because interviewing officer also knows that a candidate is coming straightway from one of the GTO tasks or straightway from psychology test, straightway called. So that is not your problem. But if you are given a time and a reaction period, then dress code you have to follow, because that first impression is very important. So dress is just one part of it. Your overall body posture is very important. Your overall body posture is important. Body language. Okay. Your general behavior during interview should be positive, should not be too nervous. There has to be optimum level of confidence, minimum. You cannot show that sir मैं तो पूरी तरह से अंडर कॉन्फिडेंट हूँ or something like that. Okay, these are broad tips. We'll go into details in next slide. Your crystal clear thought and explanations, you must feel about it, that you are not beating around the bush. You are very, very straight in your answers. You are truthful. Next point, you are honest. You are very natural. You mean what you are saying. It is not speaking in air. This kind of gut feeling you must have when you are answering with the interviewing officer. Wear a smile. This is the best dress code. You have to be smiling no matter the toughness of question may be very, very serious. You missed on it. You don't know anything. If there is some GK related question and you literally missed it and you just said, sir, sorry, I don't know. Or there are some situations where he will be questioning and putting you in trouble. Are you sure? It is not like that. Something deliberate from his side, just to test your confidence level, your courage. This is to shake up those things and how you behave. So you should be very, very deliberate that when I am in interviewing, that process in that hall, because only two persons are there, interviewing officer, generally a experienced and a senior officer, commandant or deputy commandant of a president, vice president of that SSB board, and you being a candidate there. This is a typical interview, unlike any other forum where panel is there. Here only two are there. I shown that photograph in the initial stage. So if you are not keeping deliberateness in your mind, not forgetting where you are sitting, not forgetting that you are in an interview with lot of efforts reached there, not losing ground, not missing senses. This happens actually. Many a times candidates forget where they are sitting. They get carried away. And because of that, what happens? You may go overconfident or you may miss on confidence. These two probable scenarios happen with many candidates. So you should be constantly alert. You see, in some sports, especially lawn tennis, especially cricketing batsmen, they keep uttering something to themselves. So here you will not be uttering, but you should devise some mechanism to remind yourself, okay, I am present in my moment. I am present. I am present. I know what is happening exactly. Because with every question, you have to remind yourself, okay, this is the question I'm listening carefully, whether it is rapid fire, where there are setup questions, or where there is a simple question, straight question, or a situation question, whatever. You should have some kind of your way of dealing it. Okay, okay, I'm not forgetting where I'm sitting. I am alert. I'm listening to question in a very, very systematic manner, and I'm arranging my thoughts to answer. And this is something natural you have to develop. Okay, not very difficult. You just need to really understand, okay, this is interview, I am sitting there, there will be questions, and I have to answer it. I have to understand that question properly. Many a times this happens, you don't understand question and you start answering in a different direction. This should not happen, because you will never come to know that you went wrong, because it will never be clarified to you what was intended, unless the interviewing officer himself says, sorry son or daughter, something like ki, no no no, I want to know this. But there may be a chance ki you are not listening questions properly, and you are too eager to answer, or you are in too hurry to answer. This should not happen. Okay, don't lose your ground even in tough questions. This is going to happen in interview at least once or twice minimum, that some tough situation will be created. Somewhere family related question or some kind of situation is painted, or somewhere you are questioned, and you start feeling, oh, I am going wrong, oh, I answered wrongly. You are made to think that way, because he will manipulate that way to test your confidence level, to test your honesty. Suppose you are talking about your schedule, and there will be linking of questions. Somewhere you'll ask, okay, what is your hobby or something, like after reading it, and related to that. And in your schedule, the hobby is not getting reflected. It has no space. Suppose you write reading as your one of the hobby, newspaper reading, and when there is a question of schedule, you spoke everything of your day schedule, but there is no newspaper reading. So there is a disconnect, some kind of dishonesty, whether in schedule or in your hobby. So this is just layman's example I am giving. So you must feel कि okay, whatever is written in PIQ, I must be understanding it कि ये मुझे cross check भी होना है. Okay, and when it is getting cross checked, at times आपका सही आंसर भी होगा, तब भी he will try to project, no no no, it is not like that. And whether you are losing your ground, whether you are changing your positions, whether you are giving up, now this is the testing point. Try and understand these kind of situations which are going to happen there. The moment it starts into that phase, he's saying, no, it is not like that. Are you sure? So what should happen? You should be mentally alert. Okay, this was bound to happen. I must be holding my ground. But depends upon situation. If you're clarified during the answering, okay, sir, I feel, I'm not sure, but I feel like this. So here you are not sure. But when it comes to cross questioning, you are now very sure. So this is some kind of problem area then. This should not happen. Okay, I'm just giving example. Your analytical mind, your reasoning ability. This is also one of the area you as a leader will be tested. How do you analyze? How do you plan? Some kind of your achievements related things, or your opinions. Suppose you are being asked about one strong point about your parents or one weak point. So how exactly you analyze, or how exactly you relate strong points, weak points, what are your logics? So this analytical mind will be tested. Suppose you are from engineering background, some scientific question will be asked, or your project related thing will be asked. So you have to understand कि now my analytical mind, if it is asked, it may be utility point of view. Suppose you are having some strong subjects, so there may be a question कि, okay, how it will be benefiting you in your life, or in army or air force navy. So you should be applying that analytical mind. Okay, sir, my this talent will be used like this. You should be able to readily answer it, because your strength you should be knowing how you will be utilizing. These things are very important. Are you really spontaneous or not? You may not be pinpoint going, ki, okay, this is 100% the 100 marks type. Oh, what I answer? No, no. It is not the aim. Aim is how quickly you can think, how good you are at rationals, how you can analyze the situations. It is just painting situations or uh, getting into those kind of scenario where your mind you are showing, okay, sir, I have got this level of mind. You must feel, okay, this is a class 1 level exam where a post is lieutenant, a class 1 gazetted status post. Military officer has got a lot of responsibility, life and death situations. A lot of people's life will be depending upon your situation, decisions. So you have to have those rational mind and analytical mind, some kind of logics when you take decisions. Your confidence, these all things are getting checked here in smaller way. Okay, what will be the flow of interview? Very simple. In fact, among entire SSB procedure, here it will be very simple, straight, casual. In fact, interview is one of the easiest area from the conduct point of view, but it becomes a problem also. It becomes so easy, fatherly figure type, he makes you comfortable and you also get carried away. You lose alertness and you open up like बस पोल खुल गई आपकी. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि आप कुछ वहां पे बनावटी कुछ करोगे. नो, बट एटलीस्ट दैट alertness of mind should not go off because your every answer has to have some mindful thoughts, purpose, because there is an intent behind every question. He is asking with intent. आपके आंसर में भी तो इंटेंट होना चाहिए ना. He is deliberate in every question. He is going to form an opinion. You must understand this intent, and then your answers will be accordingly framed automatically. Okay. Moment you go in, he will ask you to sit, and there will be some rapport building talk. Okay, you're coming from which place, this, that. Okay. So it will be a smile, exchange of smiles also. This is how it will start. Then the questions will start from your maybe personal education, your training related things, or whatever, depending upon NDA, CDS, whatever level you go. If someone is going for NDA, very little uh, past of education, just 10th, 11th, and 12th, maybe going on. If someone has done engineering and going for SSB, lot to ask. So depending upon that, okay, family background, very important area, very important. Whenever you are answering about your family or your education, your teachers, your subjects, first and foremost thing, your pride should be visible. You should be proud about whatever you have done in the past. If there are some mistakes, you should be showing there, yes, sir, I have done mistake. I scored less in my 10th, but I know it. I had done my mistakes and I improved. This is expected. At least you should know what are your strengths, which are the areas where you went wrong. Family background, you are proud. Whatever is there, my parents are the best. This should be the indirect feeling going across to the interviewing officer. Because tomorrow you land in Army, Air Force, Navy, similar character you will be carrying. If you are not proud of today about your family, parents, you are not loving the way expected, it is assumed simply that you will not love the organization you are entering because you are built up like that. Your character is building like that. So, this connotation you need to understand, okay, if I am not able to show pride in my family, this is not the way I will pass this exam. So let's start feeling proud about it. Whatever way my parents are there, they are the best. They have given me the best life. They tried their best, and I am thankful to them. I'm really proud of them. So this kind of mental development you have to feel about it. No objections, no curse, no complaints on these grounds. There are simple questions in your interview. Okay, which teacher you like the most, which teacher you hate. You may be not liking some subjects, And because of that, there are some strong likes and dislikes for teachers. But now get maturity. Why should you hate your teacher? No, not required. You can be very polite about it, sir. I don't really have any strong dislike about any teacher, but your likings should be visible, because at times students go overboard, gives some silly reasons for dislikes. So be very sure about these answers. Be sure about your parents. Interact with them, and naturally it will come there. So it is better. I keep advising कि if you are going for SSB and you've got 2 3 months, start sitting with your family at least half an hour, 1 hour, discuss anything, start having meals with your family, brother, sister, parents, grandparents, whoever is there. If you are in hostel, mix up with then friends, but bring more socialization. It will help you. It will help in your body language. Okay. Your spare time interests, hobbies, and sports. I elaborated a little bit on that on PIQ. Don't write for the heck of it. Write with purpose and then be prepared. You might have played some sports till 7th, thereafter, you did not play, and you want to write. No stopping. You write. But then at least pick up now what is happening in that game recently. You played at school level. You may pick up again in latter phase of your life because you like that game, but because of studies and all you could not get time, you left it. You will be honest about it. You can say so. You will be writing till school level I played this till 8th, 9th, 7th, whatever. And thereafter I could not play. But I love this game. This can be your statement. No worries about that. You can be honest. But what is being visible now? Given the chance in future, if I get time, I will again connect with this game because I like this game. Why you like, sir? The fighting spirit I learned from it, the entertainment, the suppose it is a team game, so team related value system. It gives you charm and thrill. Okay, okay, this game I really love. You should have your reasons for that game. Then some kind of general knowledge you have to acquire. If you are going to write in your PIQ, what your hobby, what your interest, what your sports, work on it like a study now. Find out what is happening latest, which are the renowned player, what are the records in that field, what are the dimensions of that particular game. If it is a volleyball ground, you must be knowing. The height of the net, you must be knowing. Different terminologies, you must be knowing. So this is minimum expected. If there is any event going on at the national, international level, you should be knowing. So these are the basic expected thing. Just to check as a leader how well informed or aware you will be in tomorrow's world. Because leaders are supposed to be very, very alert on the things they are interested in. So these are small areas where you are getting tested. Okay, what kind of personality you have. Problems and general awareness. Social issues are there. Suppose you head from northeast and there is a flood going on, some kind of general awareness will definitely test it. Some kind of solutions will be asked. If you come from, suppose, some riots happen and that area you belong and you land in SSB, some kind of solutions will definitely be asked. Okay, what is your opinion? What kind of suggestions you will give to the district authorities? If it is COVID scenario now, so in during that, what you would have done, or any special activities you did, some kind of social work you have done. So all those things you need to put across in a better words. See, if you have done good work, some students fail in conveying it. That is also a failure. You are going to be a leader. Tomorrow you will be representing army or air force or navy, and you don't know how to project that organization in correct spirit. You are not going to be a leader then. Today you are not able to represent yourself. How can you represent an organization? How can you represent people? You are going to be a leader or a boss for particular troops. तो ये झलक तो दिखाना पड़ेगी ना. So start representing your strong points. Start discussing it. Try and find out what strong points you have. Suppose you have been part of in COVID scenario for some social work. You joined some club. You distributed food, or you rehabilitated people, or you did some kind of work, and you are silent on it. You don't know how to actually at least find out what were the plus points you did in recent past. This is also failure, not done. And see, they are not God. They will not come to know what is good in you and what is bad in you. It is through your communication it will be known to them. So try and understand what is your best you can put across there through your communication. फील अबाउट इट फाइंड आउट लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स व्हेन आई इंटरेक्ट अरे ये लिख देना फिर उसको लगता है कि अच्छा ये तो हाँ ये लिख सकते हैं समथिंग लाइक दैट लाइक इन बिटवीन जब हमने कुछ बच्चों के क्लासेस कराए सम ऑफ यू हैड ज्वाइंड राइट इट you conducted English training classes. That was a good work. It may be for few days. You participated. Little bit overboard if you are saying, sir, I have been part of this and I enjoy it. You may not be doing now, but you're done. And I'm doing it. If you say that, this is not an entire lie. This is not lie. Given the chance, you again will do it because your inclination is there, your personality is there to help. So you can at least take liberty on the such kind of activities. Okay. Self evaluation in general, whatever I'm saying, is all about that. So when interviewing officer is trying to know more about it, he wants to know how much you know about you. He is trying to find out, okay, uh, how much depth your personality has got, what kind of person you are. But if you, unless and until you know about yourself, how can you answer them? How that flow will be set? It will not set properly. So that flow you have to set. You must understand, okay, I am like this and I need to portray. And that is why your plus points, minus points or negative points, areas to improve. SDT जो है, which I did not say, PIQ जो लिखते हो उसका जैसे करना है वैसे SDT का करना है, सेल्फ डिस्क्रिप्शन टेस्ट। और ये दोनों एक्सरसाइज अगर ढंग से करोगे तो यू विल नो मच एरिया अबाउट यू। यू विल नो कि ओके ये मेरे स्ट्रेंथ्स है, वीकनेसेस है, दिस इज द एरिया वेयर आई नीड टू रियली बी अलर्ट और आई शुड बी आंसरिंग दिस मैनर दैट मैनर। ओके, बिफोर क्लोजिंग द इंटरव्यू यू मे और मे नॉट फील कि एग्जैक्टली इंटरव्यू कैसा हुआ। इट विल नेवर बी नोन टू यू। एवरीवन थिंक्स कि मेरा इंटरव्यू हाँ ओके तो हुआ था, एक्सेप्ट कुछ जी के रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस भी यू कम टू नो कि मुझे नहीं पता था। अदरवाइज यू डोंट नो बिकॉज पूछा क्या गया, आपकी फैमिली, आपका एजुकेशन, आपके फ्रेंड्स, ये सब तो पूछा गया ना। तो उससे क्या हुआ, आपको आंसर तो आपके ही देने थे, आपने दे भी दिए। अब फिर मजा कहाँ पे है? या फिर हो क्या रहा है? द वे यू आंसर्ड, क्या लॉजिक्स थे, किस तरह का आपके पॉइंट्स थे, आर्गुमेंट्स थे, विद इन दैट, यही तो असली मजा है, यही तो चीज है। और आपको उस पे ध्यान देना है। when they ask about your father, mother, grandfather, uncle, friend, best friend, teachers, subjects, your hobby, your sports, your best moment of life, your sad moment of life, why you want to join army or air force navy, when you answer why you want to join, your answer you need to really think over it. I am going to answer like this, so how convincing it is, what kind of message I am giving. And it can be natural, you need not be doing something like research on that. Just get into a tuning कि okay my answers will be like this, and will it be okay or should I change some words here and there or should I give some better reasons? Am I sounding too immature? Like some of the people will answer, sir it is a good job, um, there is so much of adventure in it. This is theoretical. Where is the passion? Where is that compassion? Where is that hard feeling? From your bottom of heart, if something is coming, sir, since childhood, or some kind of event, incident, or some kind of example you can give, sir, this happened in my life, and thereafter, I'm not thinking about anything else but this as a passion. I want to join this organization for this reason. I'm just giving one example. It should be sounding very, very genuine, straight from your heart. थिंक ओवर इट, योर ऑल आंसर्स आर सिंपल क्वेश्चंस एंड आंसर्स। तो उसमें आपका ये जो पैशन है वो कहाँ है, आपका जो एक कनेक्ट है कि रियली यू मीन यस यू आर देयर विद अ पर्पस, यू विल डेफिनेटली डू गुड सर्विस टू द नेशन, ये थोड़ी सी झलक आपको दिखानी है. ओके. Category of questions. I hope slide is visible to you. Someone to acknowledge.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Category, if we want to make it, what category is there? Feel free questions. शुरू में जाते ही आपको कोई बहुत सिंपल से क्वेश्चंस के साथ शुरुआत होगी. फिर आपके एजुकेशन जो हमने डिस्कस किया, फैमिली और फ्रेंड, समथिंग लाइक दैट. वेरी वेरी फ्री एंड यू आर नाउ सेट फॉर इंटरव्यू. Some usual questions from your PIQ, straight PIQ. Stress questions. Stress questions कहाँ होंगे? Something like any situation in your life, or he paints a situation. Okay, um, life decision, or some kind of love, some kind of thing. Okay, your mother is objecting to your joining of army or something like that. Now these are small stress related questions, and once you start answering in that, probably sub questions will be created. For example, if you are asked stress related thing, uh, your sister related or brother related or father related, some kind of objectionable things, maybe your brother, suppose is being asked, your brother is going for a love marriage and the girl is from other religion and your family is little orthodox, because by now he knows what family you have. So then how you will be playing part in that scenario. So you will be very very practical. If really it happens, get into that situation actually, and the way your family will handle it, and in that, like a leader, what will be your suggestions? You have to answer that. Stress can be for straight simple questions. Suppose you are repeater, it can be little hurting your ego. It may start with like, what is your opinion, why you failed so far? This is not a easy question to handle. Here you need merit in your answer. You need to really come up with evaluation, because again you are being scrutinized, and they know where do you stand. So if there are some weaknesses you also feel, be honest about it, and you are improving upon it. You must tell. These are, because immediately your how changes, your face changes. There will be a question. Okay, gentlemen, if you don't get selected this time, what will be your further course of action? This is not a very happy question, but why it is asked? To see your logical answer. What will you do genuinely? It cannot be just theoretical. Sir, I will come back again with more josh, more preparation. Give logics. Firstly, sir, this time I am very sure that I am doing good and I am very high hope of passing or getting recommended this time. But if I miss this time, I will work on my weaknesses, which I will go back and introspect. We'll discuss with some of the friends, parents. Give your logics. What exactly you will do like a leader? Because success and failure will be there in everybody's life, whether a leader, good leader, bad leader, normal person. So nothing great about it. But then leaders will handle it more professionally, more systematic approach. Are you systematic in your answers? Yes, then you have got every chance of getting recommended there. So stress related questions will be a key area during the entire course of interview. So be very alert on that. Like, I was asked vaguely, I remember. I was in Allahabad SSB. I was asked one question. Okay, gentlemen, you are going back from this SSB and your parents are with you. You boarded a train, and train is about to leave now. It has just started from the platform, and suddenly one thief snatches your mother's Mangal Sutra and jumps out of train. What will you do? This was the question in my SSB. So there are no set answers. क्या correct answer होगा? कोई correct answer नहीं है. How you will react? हर आदमी अलग तरह से react कर सकता है. My answer that time was may not be exact words, but something I answered, sir, train has just started from platform, so I will signal my parents to pull the chain. This was my practical experience. Maybe that was naturally it came because platform से निकली हुई है ट्रेन, अभी प्लेटफॉर्म छूटा नहीं है. So this was my natural reaction. It is not a big offense. This was in my mind. Secondly, I will jump out of train shouting chor chor chor, and there will be so much of crowd. Everyone will get the attention, and that crowd, only one person is running na. Primarily the thief is running, rest all are doing their own whatever business. Someone is waiting for train, or someone is selling something or whatever. So my answer was, sir, I will signal my parents to pull the chain. I will jump shouting chor chor chor, and with the help of crowd I'm sure I will nab the chore there only, get my mother's mangalsutra back, and the chore will be handed over by crowd to the police. I was not asked any further question on this. But later on, I thought about this question. This was natural response, but someone if I had said कि okay, आज मैं सोचता हूँ कि अगर आज ये क्वेश्चन किसी को पूछा जाए, not exactly this question, but see the scenario. For you, it may be different. कोई बोलेगा अगर मैं जंप कर जाऊंगा चोर के पीछे, मैं उसका पीछा नहीं छोड़ूंगा, देन वो प्लेटफॉर्म से बाहर ले आएगा, फिर उसके पीछे ही दौड़ते रहो, ट्रेन भी चली गई, माँ बाप भी चले गए, वो उसका क्या. या फिर समवन विल से कि ओके ट्रेन निकल पड़ी है तो वी विल लॉज एफआईआर बाद में, वो उसका, हम अपनी जर्नी में चले जाएंगे. आंसर्स कैन बी n number of answers, but your logics should be there. You should be spontaneous, you should be confident. I'm just giving you just one situation. Like in my conference, one more question was there about, I don't remember exactly what was the, but scenario was there was some political turmoil in Maharashtra. So that time similar situation अभी भी जैसा हुआ था. तो some situation where political instability was there, water problem was there that time also, and advice पूछा था मुझे कि what will be your two advices to the chief minister to handle situation. There was some political instability also. So from that perspective, two suggestions. So you can go 100 suggestions, but your two suggestions are speaking about your quality of thinking, your analytical mind, your general knowledge, your practical sense, because it is all common sense actually in a larger scheme of life. Your common sense is intact, everything is intact. You will pass the life's exam, not only this SSB, everywhere. So try and develop this common sense, try and develop a rational thinking. So all those things, and that is why you should be very observant. You should be very curious about knowing things. You should be interacting with the world. इसीलिए तो फिर वो लीडरशिप डेवलप होगी. अदरवाइज आप अपने रूम में बैठे हैं, दुनिया के बारे में पता नहीं है, घर के ही बारे में पता नहीं है, दिस इज नॉट अ गुड सिनेरियो. यू मस्ट इंटरेक्ट विथ योर पेरेंट्स, फ्रेंड्स, सोसाइटी, मोहल्ले में थोड़ा मिक्सअप हो, मीटिंग्स में जाया करो. थिंग्स विल बी मच बेटर देन. ओके. रैपिड फायर कहाँ से जनरेट होगा? रैपिड फायर इज व्हाट यू ऑल मस्ट बी नोइंग. सेटअप क्वेश्चंस, एक ही थीम पे पांच छह चीजें पूछ ली. एजुकेशनल बैकग्राउंड से आ सकता है. ओके जेंटलमैन, टेल मी अबाउट योर school journey from 5th till 10th, which school you studied thereafter college, which subjects you studied in school and then college, which was your favorite subject, which was not so favorite subject, who is the best teacher of your life so far, any best friend in school, something like that. Set up questions in one go. Now here your temperament, your retentivity, what you could register, your balanced, composed nature, your body language, your puzzled mind is now everything in front of him. You should be rational, you should be balanced. You know, आपको तो पता ही है कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा आने वाला है. तो ये मेंटल प्रिपरेशन होना चाहिए कि ओके ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आएंगे तो आई विल हैव माय वे ऑफ डीलिंग इट. मैं ऐसे याद रखूंगा, फिर मैं ऐसे एक एक करके जवाब दूंगा, एंड आई विल बी वेरी सिस्टमैटिक अबाउट इट. इट कैन बी रिलेटेड टू फैमिली, अबाउट पेरेंट्स, उसमें भी हु इज योर मोस्ट क्लोजर वन, फिर ब्रदर सिस्टर, स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट, दिस दैट, उसमें भी फ्रेंड्स, फ्रेंड्स रिलेटेड भी छोटा मोटा फायर, रैपिड फायर. वर्किंग पर्सन के लिए अलग हो सकता है, अबाउट योर कंपनी और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. योर हॉबीज एंड इंटरेस्ट में भी मे बी अ माइनर रैपिड फायर. योर ऑर्गेनाइजिंग एबिलिटीज में, some kind of एनसीसी स्टूडेंट को एनसीसी का कुछ ऑर्गेनाइजिंग एबिलिटी या some kind of camp related thing. So all those things you must be anticipating, you must be mentally geared up so that it is not totally out of context. अरे ये क्या पूछ लिया, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. You should be ready क्योंकि कुछ अलग भी आ गया which I never thought. You are still with that pleasant smile, very very interesting phenomena कि आप सुन रहे हो, आप ब्रेव फेस दिखा रहे हो, अंदर डरे हुए डजेंट मैटर, एंग्जाइटी रहेगी, बट आपका ब्रेव फेस आप फील करो, खुद को मिरर में देखो कि मैं डिफरेंट फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन मेरे कैसे हैं, ये सब करो. इट विल हेल्प यू, you will come to know how you look from the other side. It's very interesting, and then you will know yourself much better. This is interesting. Your own knowing yourself is a big phenomena. Forget about ssb for whole life. Many a times we don't know about ourselves. You may not be knowing exactly how you look when you are in tense mood. When you are happy, you may not be knowing how exactly your happiness looks from the other side. Try and see all these things. It will help you to know yourself from much depth point of view. Okay. In the category of questions, some social problems around you or in society, COVID, water problem, some kind of riots, some kind of religious questions, all those things. Current affair. Now, if today if I have to focus on current affair, Sri Lanka, religious tensions, some political scenario in different states, presidential election coming up, Russia, Ukraine, trade war, Japan's role now, Quad. These are all. That's why these all things can be covered if you are routinely in lecture it. Automatically, ज़्यादा तैयारी नहीं करनी है तो सब सुना सुना है. Not a big thing. एंड उसी में से तो बहुत सारे फिर आइडियाज आ जाएंगे, रैशनल थिंकिंग आ जाएगी, सजेशंस आ जाएंगे, बहुत कुछ. इफ यू आर रेगुलरली अटेंडिंग लेक्चरर्स और डूइंग प्रैक्टिसेस, इफ यू आर डन 30 और लेक्चरर्स, बस आपके पास बहुत नॉलेज है. आपको पता भी नहीं होगा, ऐसे मस्त आंसर दे के आ जाओगे वहां पे. इट विल हैपन वेरी नेचुरल वे. आपने किसी और के लेक्चरर्स सुने थे या आपके खुद के लेक्चरर्स, ऑल थिंग्स विल कंट्रीब्यूट. करंट अफेयर के मामले में खास करके technical or some application questions depending upon. Suppose you say my strong subject is physics or maths or maybe history, whatever. So application, if you are engineering background, application, some kind of, depends on interviewing officer's personality also. If the interviewing officer himself is an engineer, definitely it is a natural inclination, some kind of strength of interviewing officer will play there. तो वैसे ही क्वेश्चंस होते हैं. तो हाउ डज इट मैटर विच सर्विस यू गो, उसके भी थोड़े से एप्लीकेशन टाइप क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं, विच इक्विपमेंट्स आर गेटिंग परचेस्ड. तो थोड़ा सा करंट अफेयर प्लस टेक्निकलिटी. एयरफोर्स है, नेवी है, आर्मी है, तो यू शुड बी प्रिपेयर्ड. आई एम गोइंग फॉर दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. आपको थोड़ा सा उसके हिस्ट्री के बारे में, लेटेस्ट न्यूज़ के बारे में, चीफ्स के बारे में, रैंक्स के बारे में, ये सब पता होना चाहिए. दिस इज बेसिक बिकॉज यू आर गोइंग फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर एग्जाम. ओके. Your own personal achievements you must recollect. There cannot be a scenario कि आपके पास कोई अचीवमेंट नहीं है. आपने जिंदगी में कुछ तो किया होगा. आपने किसी की हेल्प कर दी, आपने 100 रुपए की हेल्प कर दी एंड you had a sense of satisfaction out of that help. This is also an achievement. You wrote an essay and you got third prize or some debate competition or some sports. It can be anything. That can be your personal achievement or some kind of medal. Doesn't matter, gold medal, silver medal, bronze medal, or for school representation somewhere you got sense of achievement. आपको, it can be anything. Just recollect, go into your past, find out something to mention. Okay. Family support, you must be giving a narrative irrespective of what kind of nature you have. But now, and at least now onwards, think कि I will portray my family in a best possible way because now I realize family is something very important. I am the strength in my family. My parents are my strength and I am their strength. I am for my brothers and sisters and they are for me. This kind of belief system you have to build. It will help you. It will help you to conduct there because this is exactly. is armed forces about? It is a team, a larger family, a big family. If you are not fitting into your small family, how can you fit in larger family, a big family? It will be total contrast. नहीं हो पाएगा फिर आपसे. यहीं फिट नहीं हो रहे चार लोगों में, वहां कहाँ से फिट होगे? नहीं होंगे ना. तो जस्ट सिंपल, try and fit into your family, adjust. What is adaptability? Social adaptability. चार लोगों में नहीं हो रहे, वहां हो जाओगे? नहीं होंगे ना. तो वो सुधरो, अडाप्ट करो अपने आप को. ये करो. बहुत बार हम गलती क्या करते हैं, स्पेशली इन टीन एज, हम चाहते हैं कि सब लोग हमारे हिसाब से बिहेव करें. हम कभी ये नहीं सोचते कि मैं भी तो कुछ चेंज करूं अपने आप को. हम दुनिया को चेंज करने का एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं, खुद नहीं चेंज होते. दिस इज द बिगेस्ट मिस्टेक वी डू एंड दैट इज वाई वी डोंट इम्प्रूव फ्रॉम दिस सोशल अडेप्टेबिलिटी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. वी शुड बी ब्रिंगिंग सम चेंज. एक कदम आप उठाओ, दूसरा आदमी उठाएगा ना दूसरा कदम. This is how these things work. Cooperation, this adaptability you need to understand. Okay, distraction is one trick interviewing officer will be utilizing. He will look somewhere else when you are answering. It is not that कि आपको वो सुन नहीं रहा है, वो पर्पसली कर रहा है. आपकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज कितनी चेंज होती है, आपका कंसंट्रेशन कितना लूज हो रहा है, आप कितने डिस्टर्ब हो रहे हो. तो यू मस्ट बी मेंटली प्रिपेयर्ड कि जब मुझे क्वेश्चन पूछा है, माई ड्यूटी इज टू आंसर. आई विल आंसर. आई विल नॉट ब्रेक माई रिदम अनलेस ही ऑब्जेक्ट्स और ही स्टॉप्स. दिस शुड बी केप्ट एज सिंपल. ही विल डिस्ट्रैक्ट. वो बीच में ही सर खुजाने लग जाएगा, वो बीच में इधर उधर देख रहा है, खिड़की से बाहर देख रहा है. दिस ऑल थिंग्स आर डेलिबरेट. डोंट वरी. यू एक्चुअली गो ऑन विथ योर वट एवर आंसर इज गोइंग ऑन. डोंट अज्यूम कि वो सुन नहीं रहा है. वो बेवकूफ नहीं है वहां पे आपको बिठा के टाइम पास कर रहा है. नो, ही इज विथ अ पर्पस. 1 आवर उनके पास काम नहीं है इसलिए बैठे हैं आपके साथ? नो, आपका इंटरव्यू ऑन है. यू बी पार्ट ऑफ इंटरव्यू, यू डू योर ड्यूटी. जस्ट लीव इट हिज पार्ट ऑन हिम. तो डिस्ट्रैक्शन, बी वेरी वेरी ट्यून्ड कि ऐसा कुछ होता है तो आई नीड नॉट बी डिस्टर्ब्ड. रिजेक्टिंग योर आंसर, ये भी एक ट्रिक है. अगर आपने बहुत कॉन्फिडेंटली कोई आंसर दिया है and he is saying, are you sure? Or outrightly saying, no, it is wrong. I don't agree. Now you should be very, very smart. This is an opportunity for you to prove your mettle. Now this is your strength कि ये तो मेरा आंसर 100% है. दिस इज वन सिनारियो जहां पे आपने बिल्कुल लॉजिकली मस्ट होल्ड योर ग्राउंड इफ यू आर 100% श्योर. If you are not sure, then you can be submissive. Sir, I am not sure, but I feel very strongly about it. It is like that. Now again, he is trying to raise question or getting into sub questions and all those things. Now, depending upon situation, you must be conducting boldly and smartly with presence of mind. Just see flow, how exactly you can handle it. These are all. We will do one mock interview in next session. Ganesh was requesting, we will do that. तो you will realize कि ये सब situations, ये सब चीजें, nothing is new actually. You may be knowing mentally, but then when it actually happens with you, आप कुछ गड़बड़ कर देते हो. ये ना हो बस, यही तो मेंटल ट्यूनिंग करनी है हमने. ओके, सम डूज एंड डोंट्स. आई रिक्वेस्ट समवन टू रीड.
Do's and don'ts. Enter properly. First impression right. Never insert hands into your pocket. Formal dress. Haircut. Wishing as per the day of time. Confident voice and modulations. Body language. Don't argue. Listen the question carefully. Be truthful. Never blame anyone for your failures.
Very self explanatory, but I will dwell some of them. I will take last first. Never blame anyone for your failures. This is a very, very serious statement and a very, very important thing. If you search excuses outside, for example, if the question is, okay, gentlemen, I see you are good in your IQ, but 10th marks are not justifying. Or in 10th, if it is okay, 12th marks are down. And you are answering, sir, actually, my parents did not give me tuition, and I did my self study, and that's why. This is blaming somewhere, fixing blame somewhere else. Or it can be answer, sir, actually my teacher who was teaching us maths, that was actually we were not able to understand, and we scored less in maths and overall result came down. You are fixing blame somewhere else. This is the worst thing, and you should avoid it. Be honest, be responsible. भाई आपको पता था कि ये टीचर ठीक नहीं है या ट्यूशन नहीं है, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है. What countermeasures you have taken then? Ultimately result खराब हो गया ना, तो you take the responsibility, because tomorrow you will be leader in an organization. Will you fix your blames on your troops? No. You see generally a scenario, the leadership has to take responsibility. A railway minister doesn't drive a train, but if it is a very very big accident, opposition asks resignation of a railway minister. Why? Moral responsibility. Something has gone drastically wrong. So this is how leadership has to be seen. So in your answers, if you are searching excuses or fixing blame somewhere else, this is the worst thing you will be doing. Okay? Listen the question carefully. Very, very important. Many students miss on this aspect. They are in a hurry, or they are present there but absent in mind. If you are really not sure कि लंबा क्वेश्चन था और आपको आधा समझ में ही नहीं आया, या आप स्विच ऑफ हो गए थे, होता है ऐसे, it is still okay if you can ask, sir, sorry, may I request you to repeat the question. This is still okay, but without really having the courage to ask that question and you started answering as if you know the question, this should not be done. Don't argue. You will not argue, because you will answer even if he is making you feel कि तुम्हारा ये गलत वो गलत. You will not get into that tone. You will never forget that you are a candidate sitting in an interview, and there is an interviewing officer who is very very senior in age and experience, and there is a purpose behind all this process. Never forget that situation. Okay. Last point from my side is truthful. This is a bottom line. Throughout your SSB, you should be able to conduct as if you are so honest, you are so upright, you are so truthful to yourself. Then leave the result to destiny. It will fall in place. Be very, very honest. Okay? Little bit manipulation is okay, but not at the cost of honesty, integrity or truthfulness. छोटा मोटा चलेगा जो आप जस्टिफाई कर सकते हो कि हाँ ये तो मैं आई एम नॉट लाइंग एक्चुअली, समथिंग लाइक दैट. ओके. In a nutshell, this proverb, African proverb, I keep showing just to drive home in your mind the philosophy कि आप लोग लीडर प्रूव करना चाहते हो अपने आप को, तो वो क्या है. This fits into this statement because tomorrow you are getting selected for defending the country, a war. So your leadership is tested from that point of view. An army of sheep led by a lion can defeat an army of lions led by a sheep. So you want to prove that you are a lion and you will be part of this honorable organization. You want to wear that uniform, prestigious uniform, and you will do justice to the selection. You will prove that yes, I am a potential leader. I will do my training very best way, and I will prove that I am worthy of it. Okay? Any question? Any question?
Uh, Hello,
Yes,
sir. Can you please elaborate on rational thinking?
rational thinking. Okay. When you are practical, very, very practical, that is where we say ki you are rational. You are not only theoretical. You have that implementable talking, executory possibilities. ये नहीं कि ये कर देंगे वो कर देंगे. आपके जो भी सिचुएशन रिएक्शन टेस्ट या थीमेटिक एप्रिसिएशन टेस्ट, वर्ड एसोसिएशन टेस्ट, इंटरव्यू, पीजीटी, group discussions, everywhere, if you are really talking something which is actually happening in world, something which is actually very, very routine, you're not in air, you're not talking something which is just philosophy or something which is theoretical interest and not possible in practice. So rational thinking is related to all this. When you are having practical common sense and you are answering, or you are conducting that way, okay, balanced and executory kind of possibilities of such answers, behaviors, and which is convincing. जैसे किसी पिक्चर को देखने के बाद आपको क्या लगता है, सहज बोल देते हो आप कि ओवर एक्टिंग थी, तो वो रैशनल नहीं था. एक्टिंग अच्छी थी बिकॉज वो रैशनल थी, उसके साथ जस्टिस किया गया, तो आप नहीं बोलोगे. तो यहाँ पे भी व्हेन यू फिट इनटू दिस एग्जाम स्कीम, यू विल बी एज इफ कि एक स्टेज पे चढ़ गए हो, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल लेक्चरेट के लिए खड़े हो गए. यू आर एक्चुअली गोइंग देयर एंड परफॉर्मिंग like on a stage. Assume yourself as an actor. An acting of what sort? Okay, lecturate. Requirements. ये रिक्वायरमेंट है कि मुझे लीडरशिप की तरह यहाँ पे प्रूव करना है, तो यू आर एक्टिंग एक्चुअली. बट रैशनल तभी होगा जब आपको एक दायरा पता है, अदरवाइज वो रैशनल नहीं होगा, प्रैक्टिकेबल नहीं होगा, वो रिलेवेंट नहीं होगा. ओके सूरज.
Yes, sir. Got it.
ओके. हम्म.
Sir, if we forget the out of fifth of only give two answer, then it is effect on our personality.
In rapid fire you are talking.
Rapid fire question. Yes, sir.
Yes, this should not happen. This should not happen. If there are 5 6 set of questions, that means your nervousness is highlighted, your presence of mind is question mark, then your IQ is also at question mark, because you should be prepared. एक 10 सेकंड पहले लाइन से कुछ बोला है और उसमें आपने 2 या 3 ही रिकलेक्ट किया, तो दिस इज अ वेरी वेरी सीरियस थिंग फ्रॉम द मिलिट्री पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. क्योंकि एट फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सेकंड्स लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स विल हैपन एट बैटलफील्ड. तो आपको थोड़ी झलक दिखानी है कि यस आई कैन पिक अप सो मेनी थिंग्स इन सो स्मॉल टाइम. ओके सुदर्शन, यू हैव टू बी मेंटली ट्यून फॉर इट, प्रैक्टिस इट.
So can we make over the only 35 or 45 minutes continue with eye contact with interview officer?
Simple advice: when a question is being asked, look into his eyes, and when you are answering, look into his eyes or at face continuously. Even if the person is looking here and there, just look at his face. You should not be changing your style. Okay, just follow these guidelines. Okay.
Sir, और एक last था कि वो पूछता है are you sure? He asking me about the some educational question. So if I say I am a physics in the best, and then he asked me about the what is Ohm's law. I just say I equals to VR. So are you sure? Are you sure? So that time what happened, sir? मतलब मैं तो पूरा मतलब आई कांटेक्ट वगैरह निकल गया था.
ओके, उसका पर्पज ही वही था ना. व्हेन यू लूज कॉन्फिडेंस, आई कांटेक्ट टूट जाएगा, नर्वसनेस आ जाएगा, हल्का सा पसीना भी आ जाएगा, उंगलियां अलग हिलने लग जाएगी. यही तो पर्पज है. आर यू रियली शेकन अप? तो फिर सिंपल रखो इस चीज को, कि वो मुझे ये सब स्ट्रेस में डालेगा. बट वाई शुड आई बी रियली नर्वस अबाउट इट? आई एम इन एन इंटरव्यू. ये कोई नई चीज तो है नहीं मेरे लिए कि मेरा इंटरव्यू हो रहा है बस, इसीलिए तो आया हूँ मैं इतना दूर. अब मुझे इंटरव्यू में डरना नहीं है. जो होगा देखा जाएगा. लड़ाई के मैदान में 1 साल की सर्विस होने के बाद भी बॉडी लैंग्वेज ऐसी होती है कि दुश्मन को हम बिल्कुल डट कर फेस करेंगे और उसके छक्के छुड़ा देंगे. तो वो बॉडी लैंग्वेज यहाँ से दिखानी है ना हमें, कि हाउ डज इट मैटर. ओके, माई आंसर्स विल बी रॉन्ग, सम ऑफ देम आई मे नॉट बी नोइंग. मेरा जैसे मुझे याद है, मेरा जीके बहुत पुअर था इन माय एसएसबी. बट ठीक है, फिर भी मैं रिकमेंड हुआ. मेरे 2-4 क्वेश्चन जो भी जीके रिलेटेड थे नहीं पता थे मुझे. तो इसका ये कहने का मतलब है कि आप कितना गलत आंसर करते हो, कितना सही आंसर करते हो, ये सेकेंडरी है. आपका नॉलेज सेकेंडरी है. आपके ओएल क्यूज प्राइमरी है. आपका कॉन्फिडेंस, लॉजिकल माइंड, एनालिटिकल माइंड, आपके रैशनल्स, कैसे लॉजिक्स दे रहे हो आप, प्रैक्टिकली साउंड हो रहा है. 2 words I keep saying: assertiveness, constructiveness. You should be at the end of the SSB board should be able to draw a conclusion. 15 OL की तो ठीक है. यस, असर्टिव पर्सनैलिटी एंड कंस्ट्रक्टिव पर्सनैलिटी, ये 2 वर्ड समझ लीजिए. ये बहुत निचोड़ है. आप कॉन्फिडेंट है तो असर्टिव लगोगे, आप लॉजिकल है तो असर्टिव लगोगे, आप एनालिटिकल हो तो असर्टिव लगोगे. लगोगे कन्विंसिंग, योर पुशिंग योर पॉइंट्स विथ मोर कॉन्फिडेंस. कंस्ट्रक्टिव कब लगोगे? आपका सोशल अडेप्टेबिलिटी ठीक है, आप पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड के हो, आप नेवर से डाई एटीट्यूड के हो, तो आप हमेशा चीजें बनाते हो, बिगाड़ते नहीं हो. तो वो आप कंस्ट्रक्टिव है. आप हर जगह पे टीम बिल्डअप करते हो, आप माहौल बनाते हो. तो ये दूसरा, ये दोनों लेके चलोगे, यू आर गॉट हाई चांस ऑफ गेटिंग रिकमेंडेड. ये 2 वर्ड आपके दिमाग में बार बार सोचो कि मुझे ऐसा बनना है. ये तो लाइफ के लिए भी है, आपके घर में भी लागू है, हर जगह लागू है. ओके.
Yes sir, thank you, got it. Thank you sir.
ओके, एनीथिंग?
Sir,
यस.
sir, how can I make myself point of view? That how can I make myself um my point of view in a crystal way, in a crystal clear?
Okay, I will give you example of lecturate. When you go for a lecturate with good preparation, systematically arrangement will happen, systematically point will flow. What is happening? Very logical flow of thoughts are coming, structure is coming, and the crystal clear thoughts are visible and audible for the audience. So when there is a question from the interviewing officer, any question, and if your confidence is helping you, your knowledge is helping you, you will be systematically answering it. Whenever there is a lack of knowledge, whenever there is a lack of confidence, whenever there is a nervousness, beating around the bush होगा, तत्ता पप्पा होगा, वो नहीं आ पाएगा. वो एक क्लैरिटी नहीं आएगी. आपका जो थॉट एक्सप्रेस हो रहा है उसमें सब खिचड़ी हो जाएगी. आप जैसा बोलना चाहते हो बोल ही नहीं पाओगे, डिस्पाइट द फैक्ट करे. बाद में सोचोगे ये तो आता था मुझे, मैं क्यों नहीं बता पाया. तो ये कहाँ से आएगा? ये थोड़ा बहुत प्रैक्टिस से आएगा. मोर सो ग्रुप डिस्कशन, लेक्चरेट्स, ये दो जितना करोगे उससे बहुत आएगा, बहुत आएगा. क्योंकि आप तो ये करते जा रहे हो प्रैक्टिस में. हमेशा थॉट्स एक्सप्रेस करते हो. दोस्तों के साथ जब बात करते हो तो आप पॉइंट्स के साथ बोलते हो. एक हाई स्टैंडर्ड के पॉइंट्स कैसे होते हैं? समवन टीवी पे भी देखते हो कैसे बोलते हैं लोग. ओके, आई गॉट 3 पॉइंट्स, फर्स्टली, सेकंडली, थर्डली, ऐसे करके बोलते हैं ना. दिस इज दैट हायर लेवल ऑफ क्लैरिटी ऑफ थॉट. कितना सिस्टमेटिक, दिमाग ने तुरंत 3 पॉइंट पकड़ लिए और मस्त एक्सप्रेस कर दिए. तो ये लेवल आएगा. टुडे इट इज नॉट एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रॉम यू, बट एटलीस्ट झलक तो दिखनी चाहिए ना. आप बिल्कुल वहां पे बहुत हाई लेवल ओरेटर नहीं चाहिए, बट आपके पास थोड़ा बहुत तो सुलझा हुआ माइंड विच इज एक्सप्रेसिंग, ट्राइंग टू एक्सप्रेस सिस्टमेटिक वे, एंड मोस्ट ऑफ यू आर डूइंग इट। लेक्चरर्स में मैं देखता हूँ योर स्टैंडर्ड्स आर ऑफ दैट लेवल। ओनली थिंग, इंटरव्यू में नर्वस हो गए तो डिस्टर्ब हो जाते हो या लाइन क्रॉस कर जाते हो। थोड़ा सा अपने आप को कंट्रोल करोगे तो आ जाएगा। ओके आदर्श?
Thank you, sir.
ओके, एनीवन
Thank you,
एल्स?
sir.
सर आई हैव वन क्वेश्चन।
यस जय।
सर जो इंटरव्यू होता है वो एक्सपेक्ट करता है या एस्पिरेंट सभी क्वेश्चन के आंसर दे।
रिपीट योर क्वेश्चन, आई कुड नॉट गेट इट।
सर जो इंटरव्यूअर होता है वो एस्पिरेंट से एक्सपेक्ट करता है कि क्वेश्चन के सभी क्वेश्चन के आंसर दे।
सिचुएशन के सभी, ओके। योर क्वेश्चन इज, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, कि सभी सिचुएशंस के आंसर देना ही है, कुछ छूट भी जाए या नहीं आ पाए तो क्या होगा, समथिंग लाइक दिस।
यस सर।
ओके, माय टेक ऑन दिस इज, जनरल नॉलेज में यू कैन फॉल्टर कि नहीं पता है मुझे, बिकॉज दीज आर फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स। बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू सिचुएशंस, क्योंकि लड़ाई के मैदान में सिचुएशन बोल के नहीं आएगी, बुक से नहीं आएगी, आपको कुछ तो बोलना है। You may go on a wrong direction. Your logics are not convincing, but at least you are applying some practical sense and you are answering. This is the minimum is expected. You are silent is not a happy situation. If there is a situation which is tough, of course tough. Okay, your friend who is a Muslim friend, and in your area there are some religious issues and there is a riot, and something related to that. Now you are in a catch 22 situation about your friendship, or something, a hypothetical question in your families. Suppose your brother is married to a Muslim girl and she is into family. आई एम जस्ट गिविंग एक्सट्रीम एग्जांपल कि ऐसा कुछ पेंट करके आपको बिल्कुल इमोशनली वो कर रहा है। यू कैन नॉट बी साइलेंट। सम रिलीजियस टेंशन वाला क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है, यू कैन नॉट बी साइलेंट, यू विल हैंडल इट इन रियल लाइफ, तो हैंडल करोगे ही ना, कुछ तो करोगे। यू मे डू समथिंग रॉन्ग, बट क्या करने वाले हो बोलो ना। सो जय, माय रिकमेंडेशन ऑन दिस, if it is GK related question, okay, who is the president और आपको नाम नहीं पता, या who is the chief of naval staff आपको नाम नहीं पता, still okay, you will say sorry sir, I'm not sure, I will come back to you. बट आपको एक सिचुएशन बोली जा रही है, आपको एक पेंट किया माहौल और आप उसके लिए तैयार नहीं हो, दिस इज नॉट एक्सेप्टेबल। ओके, आपको कुछ ना कुछ दिमाग लगा के उसमें सोल्यूशन देना है। समथिंग लाइक पीजीटी में खड़े हो, कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे हो, बाकी सब कर रहे हो और आप पैसेंजर की तरफ जा रहे हो, वो वहां पे भी नहीं चलेगा ना। तो वैसे सिचुएशंस, सम काइंड ऑफ फैमिली रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस, जहाँ पे कोई फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स वैसा आंसर नहीं है कि यही है बिल्कुल ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन, नो। वहां पे आपका एक जनरल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, आपका ओपिनियन, आपके थॉट्स, वो एक्सपेक्टेड है। और अगर आप वो दे नहीं पाए, आपकी लीडरशिप या आपके प्रैक्टिकल माइंड पे क्वेश्चन है फिर। ओके जय?
ओके सर।
ओके, एनीवन एल्स?
Jain sir.
यस सौरभ।
Sir, I have a doubt that couple of times it happens while we are in interview, while we are in GD, we become over conscious of ourselves, like how I am sitting, I am dressed properly, I am giving right points. And in these things, what happens is that we couldn't focus on the main thing, that is the main crux of the test. We are not able to focus on it. How to control all these unconscious things like
ओके सौरभ, विच गेम यू प्ले?
volleyball, sir.
ओके, आई एम श्योर लाइफ में वॉलीबॉल खेलते समय कभी कभी बहुत दाहिने बाएं क्राउड बैठा होगा जो तुम्हारी मैच देख रहा होगा, ऐसा कभी माहौल बना होगा?
Yes, sir.
ओके, तो जब ऐसा, जब हमारा डिस्ट्रैक्शन होता है कि सपोज कि कोई दूसरे क्लास के स्टूडेंट्स देख रहे हैं, या मोर सो कि कोई इंपॉर्टेंट पर्सनैलिटीज देख रहे हैं, प्रिंसिपल देख रहे हैं, या सम योर लवेबल पर्सन्स आर सीइंग, एंड नाउ यू आर टेकिंग प्रेशर ऑफ इट, परफॉर्मेंस विल बी अफेक्टेड। सो हाउ डू यू हैंडल इट? नहीं, मुझे भूल जाना है बाहर क्या है, I will focus on ball, I will focus on my opponent, I will be involved in my team and I will operate wherever I am. पोजीशन के हिसाब से गेम पे ध्यान रखेंगे. तो जब आप उस कोर्ट में ध्यान दे रहे हैं, वॉलीबॉल कोर्ट में, सेम लॉजिक वो स्पोर्ट्स का. इमेजिन बड़े बड़े स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन लाखों के क्राउड में जो फिजिकली प्रेजेंट है, सपोज ईडन गार्डन पे 1 लाख से ऊपर कभी कभी क्राउड होता था और सचिन तेंदुलकर और प्लेयर्स खेल रहे हैं अंदर. हाउ दे आर हैंडलिंग दैट प्रेशर. हमें भी उस शूज में जाना है. हमें भी उस, वो तो ग्राउंड के प्लेयर, टीवी वाले तो काउंट ही नहीं किए, इतनी दुनिया देख रही है. हमें भी ये टेम्परामेंट डेवलप करना है कि इन माई इंटरव्यू आई विल बी फोकसिंग ऑन माई इंटेंट, कि मेरे क्वेश्चंस का मुझे आंसर देना है, मुझे बाकी कुछ नहीं पता. और ये टेम्परामेंट डेवलप करना है. व्हेन देर इज अ वर्ड एसोसिएशन टेस्ट, आई एम इन्वॉल्व इन माई आंसर्स. जो दिखा वो पिक्चर, जो पिक्चर सामने आई टीएटी की, उसका लिखा. अब वो लिख दिया, दूसरी पिक्चर आ गई, पहली पिक्चर भूल जाओ, अब दूसरी पिक्चर का ही मुझे. ये टेम्परामेंट डेवलप करना है. यही एसआरटी में सबसे ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम्स कब होंगे, ये आपके लिए चेक है कि आप तीसरी स्टोरी पे चल रहे हो और आपके दिमाग में दूसरी स्टोरी भी आ रही है, अरे वहां गलत कर दिया मैंने. दिस इज नॉट अ गुड साइन. कम आउट ऑफ इट. ये आपकी रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में आपको टेस्ट करना है, डेवलप करना है. बिल्कुल स्पोर्टिंग एटीट्यूड रखना है, जो होगा देखा जाएगा. कल एग्जाम है, कल का पेपर फिजिक्स है, परसों केमिस्ट्री है, सपोज आई एम गिविंग जस्ट एग्जाम्पल. आप फिजिक्स की पढ़ाई कर रहे हो और बीच में केमिस्ट्री के बारे में सोच रहे हो, अरे भाई छोड़ो, कल का पेपर देखते हैं, कल का खत्म करेंगे, परसों को बाद में देखेंगे. ये एटीट्यूड डेवलप करना है. और ये छोटी छोटी चीजों से डेवलप हो सकता है कि मुझे ये चीज करनी है, अब मैं इसी पे फोकस करूंगा. आई एम नॉट बॉदर्ड अबाउट क्या हो रहा है. क्योंकि लड़ाई के मैदान में जब हम अपने मिशन पे होंगे तो डिस्टर्बेंसेस वहां पे भी है. एक दिन पहले घर से कोई कॉल आया था, घर में कोई बीमार है, या यू आर रिक्वायर्ड देयर, देर इज सम इमरजेंसी एट होम ऑल्सो, बट देर इज इमरजेंसी एट बॉर्डर ऑल्सो. ये कभी खत्म थोड़ी होने वाला है. तो अपने को डेवलपमेंट करना है, हमें लीडर बनना है तो टेम्परामेंट डेवलप करना पड़ेगा. बिकॉज एज यू राइज लाइक अ लीडर, लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स विल बी डिपेंडेंट ऑन यू. आप वर्कर नहीं हो कि आपके अकेले की वजह से नथिंग इज गोइंग टू मैटर. एक लीडर जब इधर उधर हो जाता है तो बहुत सारी चीजें अफेक्ट होती है. आपके घर में यू मे बी अ किड, बट आपके फादर या मदर, उनके दाहिने बाएं होने से पूरी फैमिली हिल जाती है. तो वैसे ही you will be getting into those shoes of fatherly or motherly figure of a organization. Okay, Saurabh?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, anyone else?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Renuka.
Yes, sir. Like if an interviewer mostly sometimes asks you about your fears, so it's because it's a bit question mark situation. What should you define your fears as? Because it should not because the मतलब जिस चीज के लिए आ रहे हैं इंटरव्यू देने के लिए, it's about a big organization and you're if you're showing your fears and it goes against your personality, so it could happen.
Can you be specific if there is some question, fear?
इस मतलब अगर इंटरव्यूइंग ऑफिसर कभी कभी फियर्स पूछते हैं एंड वंस आई सेड दैट आई हैव अ फियर टू अंडर परफॉर्म लाइक इफ आई डोंट लिव अप टू माय पोटेंशियल आई डिडंट गॉट कि अगर ये फियर मैंने जो बताया वो इट वेंट अगेंस्ट माय पर्सनालिटी और इट वेंट विथ.
See, if you can really smart in answering this, sir, one fear in my mind is always not standing up to expectation. But on the other hand, at times it helps me because you are performing much better. See, it is not a fear actually, it is a strength. But now correlate with your exam. Exam fear is good or bad? Till optimum level, it is good. एसएसबी में बहुत जगह पे, स्पेशली इन इंटरव्यू, हाउ यू पोर्ट्रे इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आर यू रियली रैशनल इन कन्वेइंग क्या बोल रहे हो. नाउ दिस यू शुड हैव पोर्ट्रेड इट वेरी स्मार्टली कि सर दिस ऑन वन हैंड इज अ फियर बट सडनली इट बिकम्स माई मोटिवेटिंग पॉइंट ऑल्सो. कल अगर मेरा पेपर है, मेरी पढ़ाई कितनी भी हुई होगी, बट मुझे एक ऑप्टिमम फियर होता है, एक एंजाइटी होती है, कल का पेपर है, इंपॉर्टेंट है, मैं रात भर जगूंगा, ये डर मुझे जगा रहा है, ये मुझसे ज्यादा आउटपुट निकाल रहा है. तो यू कैन पोर्ट्रे योर फियर्स. दिस फियर इज पर्टिकुलरली नॉट अ फियर व्हाट यू पोर्ट्रेट कि अंडर परफॉर्मेंस इज एंजाइटी और नॉट स्टैंडिंग अप टू द मार्क is actually with everyone. So had it been fear can be for someone, um, anyone who wants to narrate fear, apna fear. No? Okay. Fear, if real fear, if someone is afraid of, suppose, tiger, just which is a real fear actually, कि टाइगर के साथ क्या लड़ोगे, यू हैव टू अवॉइड ओनली, तो दैट इज अ फियर. बट दीज आर ट्रिकी क्वेश्चंस कि आपकी पर्सनैलिटी का बाहर आ रहा है, कि यू आर रियली नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग और नॉट ड्राइंग लाइन where exactly it is finishing the line of fear and it is becoming something else. So you can be slow, Renuka. When you answer, you will get rhythm. इसके आगे याद रखना कि जब आंसर देने लग जाओगे, दिस वाज स्पॉन्टेनियस क्वेश्चन इन योर इंटरव्यू सपोज, व्हाट आई कैन गैदर नाउ, बट व्हाइल आंसरिंग यू कुड हैव गॉट द रिदम, कि नाउ यू कुड हैव पोर्ट्रेड इट कि सर दिस इज माय फियर बट इट्स ओके, इट इज वर्किंग फॉर मी, which I gave example of exam. Exam fear, anxiety is actually with everyone. And what fear you portrayed in your SSB, it is with everyone. It is not a demerit which you only have. Everyone has. It is right from our childhood till our death will always be there. The fear of not living up to the expectations, whether exam or life's real life scenarios, everywhere it will be there. So probably you answered it well. It must not have gone bad also there, but you may be thinking कि मेरा ये गलत हो गया क्या. नहीं, गलत नहीं हुआ होगा. Okay, रेणुका.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? अभया, संजीवनी.
Yes, sir.
Your heading
Yeah.
Sanjeevani is going now on, I think, first week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. We will continue with our series. Samreen,
Yes, sir.
you faced SSB in recent past?
So in January I gave SSB.
Okay. Now you are heading for SSB. Which SSB?
For technical entry, in Navy, for the Navy, naval architect. Maybe it will be in December or January.
Okay. This point reminds me, when you are going for Navy or Air Force, generally we speak more about Army. But when you go for such Navy or Air Force, be very, very clear about equipments, their different arms. You should be reading about it because a lot of students make mistakes there in those questions. What is latest acquisition or some proposals going on? Very, very particular you have to be on these aspects. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. We can sum up today. The essence I would like to again reiterate. Don't forget you are heading for a class 1 level job, an organization which is so great. I'm telling you, as now I am seeing civil life. I was kid when I was civil before joining armed forces. If there is any heaven on this earth, then it is armed forces. I'm telling you. जब मैं फौज में था, ना कोई जात पता, ना कुछ रिलीजन पता. So beautiful life. If there is anything secular on this earth, that is फौज. अब बाहर आके दुनिया देखता हूँ, बहुत गजब है. Not so good. If I have to compare both life, defense is heaven. I will not call outside hell, but defense is heaven. So you are aspiring for defense. Firstly, great that at least you are seeing that dream. कि एक अच्छा noble profession, great organization you are trying to join, and you will get lot to learn if you join there. So be proud कि at least आपने mission वो रखा है. अब जो मेहनत करनी है उसको दिल से करो, ओपन माइंड से करो. ये व्हाट्सएप नॉलेज से दूर रहो. What I mean to say WhatsApp knowledge, ये जितने भी कंट्रोवर्सी चल रही है बाहर, प्लीज रिफ्रेन फ्रॉम इंडल्जिंग इनटू इट. बहुत सारा मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन कैंपेन ये व्हाट्सएप के थ्रू चलता है. डोंट गेट perturbed. Don't clutter your mind. Don't develop any biases. No political party you are bothered. No religion you are bothered. Our only religion is humanity. A soldier's religion is humanity. Fighting for the motherland, fighting for the cause, fighting for innocent people. Start assuming on these lines, because then only you will be probably getting into those OLQs correctly. And uniform is really so sacred, so you have to develop that thought process. Chetwood credo क्यों बताते हैं? Nation first, troops or the people around you next, and last is your own self interest. Nowhere else it is visible. It is visible in armed forces. People die for country, people die for each other. This rarely happens except in sport field. To some extent you can see in sports where people are ready to die. तो वो स्पोर्ट्स का एक अलग जज्बा है. वो फौज में तो लाइफ है. इट इज अ वे ऑफ लाइफ. सो यू आर फॉर्चुनेट कि एटलीस्ट आप लोगों ने वो ट्रैक पकड़ा है. नाउ इट इज मैटर ऑफ some moment, some time, you will get into a successful destination. You will get. Don't worry. Be genuinely working on it. We will do couple of sessions. Today we have done interview. One day we'll do SRT, TAT, then WAT, GPE, PGT, command task. We will do maximum whatever we can do. And if there are any doubts, we will do that also. Okay. We have gone, I think, almost close to 1 hour 45 minutes, or maybe more than that. We will end here. I will upload also this. I don't know how quality it will come up. I will share it. If you want to rehearse or recollect some point from that slides, you can. Okay, PPDT we will conduct. Very important, because screening is dicey. I will not judge any person based on screening, because screening में अच्छे अच्छे candidate भी out हो जाते हैं. Screening is very very dicey. So like best of the player getting out on zero, तो प्लेयर पे क्वेश्चन नहीं है. उस दिन लक खराब था, ऐसे ही बोल सकते हैं. बट यू हैव टू बी प्रिपेयर्ड. यू कांट से कि मैं जाके लक आजमाऊंगा, वैसे नहीं होता. यू विल गो देयर एंड you will go with full sincerity. Do your best. Leave it to destiny. Rest all. Okay, we will end here. Yes, tomorrow nahi, day after tomorrow offline lecture. Day after tomorrow I will pass the time. That will be different. वहाँ के जो भी activities करेंगे वो different. Online में I think different places से people are joining, so it is for them I am connecting here. Okay, okay, Adarsh. We will end here. Bye. Jai Hind.
Bye, sir.
Jai
Thank you.
Hind, sir.
Thank you, sir. Jai Hind,
Good day,
sir.
sir.